More now on that chilling plot to kidnap and kill Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. As we reported, 13 men now facing charges accused of planning to abduct the governor, potentially storm the Capitol building, even start a civil war. I spoke with the governor moments ago. Governor Whitmer, thank you for joining us. How are you doing this morning?
You know, I'm hanging in there. That's my phrase for 2020. This has been a challenging year, but I am fine thanks to the state police and the FBI and the incredible work that they do.
I'm sure you saw President Trump on Fox News and on Twitter last night says you're doing a terrible job and you owe him a thank you. Your response?
You know what? He clearly didn't pay attention to what I said yesterday. I started with acknowledging the incredible work of the FBI and our state police. This was an unprecedented operation, and they worked and put themselves on the line to keep me and my family safe, and we are incredibly grateful. I also quoted Ronald Reagan. In his speech to the NAACP, he talked about groups like these, domestic terror groups, and how we owe them no safe harbor in this country. Bigotry and prejudice and violence is not acceptable.
What should the president be saying right now?
You know what? A decent human being would pick up the phone and say, "Are you okay? How's your family doing?" That's what a decent human being does. That's what Joe Biden did. And I think it tells you everything you need to know about the character of the two people that are vying to lead our country for the next 4 years. We are still in a health crisis. We are seeing record numbers being posted in many states. We are not done with COVID-19. In fact, the president himself has it. We've got to get our arms around this crisis so we can get our arms around our economy and make sure that people are safe. So dealing with hate groups and domestic terror is another really dangerous distraction from what the American people really want and need out of our president right now.
The details of this plot are just chilling. They were surveying apparently your vacation home, plots to bring bombs into the Capitol, spark a civil war. When did you first learn about it? What were you told?
You know, I can't go into too many details because, of course, it's about my security, and that's everything that's at issue right now. However, I can tell you that it came to my attention a number of weeks ago that my detail briefed me on it, and this was a very serious, thought-out plot to kill police officers, to bomb our Capitol, killing press and Democrats and Republicans alike, and to kidnap and ultimately put me on trial and kill me as well. These are the types of things you hear from groups like ISIS. This is not a militia. It is a domestic terror organization. We need to call it out, and people of goodwill on both sides of the aisle need to stand up and do the right thing here, because this should not stand in the United States of America in 2020.
You've said the president is complicit with the extremists.
Well, anyone who gives safe harbor to or encouragement to is complicit. And that's precisely what he did on the national stage in the middle of a presidential debate when he said, stand by. That was his message. It wasn't one of rebuke. It was one of rallying cry. And I think that's the dangerous part of this moment. Each time he has tweeted about me, each time that he has said, liberate Michigan, and said I should negotiate with the very people who were arrested because they're good people, that incites more domestic terror. And I'm not the only governor going through this. Certainly it's been worse for me than most, but it is not unique to me. It is not even unique to Democrats. This White House has a duty to call it out, and they won't do it. In fact, they encourage it, and that's precisely why, as a country, we have a choice between an incredibly decent human being in Joe Biden and what we've seen the last 4 years. We need someone who can unify us. We need someone who can lead us through these tumultuous times and find common ground. And that's why I'm proud to support Joe Biden, and that's why these stakes are not just personal to me, but to every one of us.
As far as you know, are you still under threat?
Actually, George, since he first called me that woman from Michigan, we saw an increase in hateful language in social media, and I think that it's incumbent on all of us to bear responsibility. Social media, the press, our leaders who have platforms. And so there is ongoing rhetoric. Even the president last night in this tweet storm won't stop attacking me. And I think that it's creating a very dangerous situation, not just for me, but for people in leadership roles who are trying to save lives all across this country.
Governor Whitmer, thanks for your time this morning.
Thank you, George.
Well, she's being strong there, but this threat is continuing.
Yeah, and so detailed with the one
Yeah.
that they just busted. So scary.